painting vlog number 4 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. 100 of the words names have been written. He points us to the fact that that's exactly the space where a woman belongs. I will destroy ignorance from the heart. So he is saying to show them special mercy. I, meaning Sri Krishna or Sri Vishnu. Jnana Deepam. Jnanam is the knowledge and Deepam refers to the light. Yeah, so lighting the lamp of knowledge to dispel the darkness in the mind, and that is caused due to ignorance. So he is utmost faith that Sri Vishnu will always be there to help him out, no matter what. So he didn't bother. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting vlog number 4 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. For those who are checking out these videos for the first ever time, my name is Gomati Sivasankaran. The oil painting that I am working on is Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali, referring to the 1000 names of Sri Vishnu, which gets painted in the form of calligram or micrography on the canvas. And the vlog section is where on a weekly basis I'm trying to cover the meaning behind, understanding behind, the research work that goes on into this painting. And so this is the 4th vlog. We are done with the meanings of the first 20 already. Please do check out the earlier videos. This is going to be the video where we covered names 21 through 30. Alongside, we will look into a couple of interesting stories as well, and the status update on where we stand with the painting as of today being 5th of September 2024, also happens to be the Teachers' Day. The painting status is close to 10% complete. I have written about 1000 from the 1000 names. I have written about 100 only. So only 100 of the words names have been written. The way we write is to start with Om, the name, and ending it with Namaha. So 300 words totally have already been fitted in the top portion of the painting. From a distance it would look like any other painting. When we come closer, that's the point where one would be able to read the scriptures. And the image of Sri Vishnu, Lakshmi Devi, Brahmaji, Adishesha, about again 9 to 10% only complete. We have to have many hours going on this painting with a lot of detailing to be done. If you have already checked out some of my paintings, I usually go beyond 100 hours of work, and this will definitely be way more than 200 or 300 hours, maybe close to 500 hours, I do not know. So we will figure that out as we go along, but this journey is going to be interesting. Why? Because you are here with me, and we are going to share some interesting stories along the line, and the process is going to get more interesting by the minute. Yes, thank you. Let's get started with the names and the meanings for today, and we start with 21st name today. The 21st name is Om Narasimha Vapuse Namaha. It means one in whom the bodies of a man and a lion are combined, and this is an avatar of Sri Vishnu where a body of a human and the face of a lion comes along. This is the name that refers to that avatar, and we will look into that in a short while. That's the story for today. Yes, the 2nd or 22nd name is Om Srimate Namaha, one on whose chest the goddess Shri always dwells. Sri Vishnu's chest, who's living? It is Shri, the goddess, the Lakshmi Devi herself. Very important place. and he has given it to the most important women. It is in a way metaphorical. He is pointing to the fact where women belong. In these days of hardship, in these days where crime against women are just everyday news, unfortunately, respect for women is hardly to be seen. But this is exactly where we need to understand this meaning of this particular name. Why did he choose to call himself Srimate? Yeah. He points us to the fact that that's exactly the space where a woman belongs. Hope this understanding comes. Hope the crimes against women stop. With all that hope, let's say this name one more time strongly. Om Srimate Namaha. 23rd name is Om Keshavaya Namaha. Now that he has discussed how his chest looks, how beautiful his chest looks because of Shri, he looks slightly upwards, and check out how he looks. His hair locks. Keshavam, Kesha is referring to hair, and his hair is so beautiful. So one whose Kesha or hair locks are beautiful. 24th name, Om Purushottamaya Namaha, the greatest among all Purushas. I think we looked into the name Purusha in one of those previous videos. So a higher order of beings, and he is one of the highest or the greatest order of all the beings. So he is one of the greatest or the greatest among all Purushas. 25th name is Sarvasmai Namaha, the omniscient source of all existence. We're talking about existence, and the next few names are going to be even more powerful and impactful. Let's look into that. 26th name, Om Sarvaya Namaha, refers to destroyer. So negative, is it? We will come back to this word shortly. 27th name is Om Shivaya Namaha, a purest form. Yeah, Shivaya Namaha. Shiva also refers to the one, Lord Shiva, who is also called the destroyer in a way. Yeah, we're coming back to the same concept again and again, hitting the same spot and again. Let's see that. Yeah. 28th name is Om Sthanave Namaha. Sthanam refers to an immovable space. Yes, and here Sthanave Namaha refers to one who is steady, immovable or changeless. Sthanam, Sthan, is something you might have already heard when we say Hindustan, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Yeah, we refer to a immovable space. And he is also referring to himself as Sri Vishnu, referring to himself as a steady, immobile and changeless form when we mention this name Sthanave Namaha. The next name is Om Bhutadaye Namaha. Bhuta is again a word we have been coming across again and again, referring to an existential element, but also pointing to the source of these existential elements, so source of all elements or existing things. 30th name is slightly bigger. Let's go over that because it has a colon and a apostrophe symbol in between two words. So it's like conjoined words. We are going to try to pronounce that together. Nidaye Svyayaya Namaha. The easiest way to try to pronounce is to maybe say Nidaye Vyayaya. So in between that, if we just slip through an S sound without saying an S, then Nidaye Svyayaya Namaha. Oh, I made it. Did you? put your comments there. So what does that mean? The changeless and indestructible being. Again, we're talking about the changeless, destruction. Oh, it's all coming back. Let's look into that, yeah? The changeless and indestructible being in whom the whole universe becomes merged and remains in seminal condition at the time of pralaya or cosmic dissolution. So he is changeless at the time of dissolution. That's a very important point. We're talking about this dissolving, destroying, and so on again and again. We need to get back to that meaning with the help of a verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I am in Canto number 10, verse number 11. I'll read it through and then we'll go over the meaning together. Teshamevanukam partha aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayam yatma bhavasto jnanadipena vasvata. This means, this is a verse where Krishna is talking to Partha or Arjuna and saying that aham ajnanajam tamaha, I will destroy ignorance from the heart. So he is saying to show them special mercy, I, meaning Sri Krishna or Sri Vishnu here, abiding in their intellect, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge that darkness of the mind which has its origin in ignorance. So the dissolution, destruction, or the cosmic dissolution we have been discussing not necessarily refers to anything that is destructive in a negative manner. It can be a destruction of something that is dark, destruction of negativity, where something new has to be born, the place has to be cleaned. You want to have a nice cup of tea or a coffee, you cannot tend to have it in a cup that is dirty. You will have to clean it up, isn't it? I think that process is what is discussed more and more. So this destroyer or the cosmic dissolution is also, I think there is a lot of videos about it. I don't want to go into those details, but a very short and easiest way to understand is that everything comes to a close only for the benefit of cleansing and cleaning, so that something new can be built or rebuilt. At a time when there is a need for something dirty to go away, we need to clean up. And that's exactly the point that has been discussed here, where when Sri Krishna says to Partha or Arjuna that aham ajnanajam tamaha, and he is also mentioning jnanadipena. Jnana Deepam. Jnanam is the knowledge and Deepam refers to the light. Yeah, so lighting the lamp of knowledge to dispel the darkness in the mind, and that is caused due to ignorance. So he is attacking or destroying or dissolving. What is being dissolved? The ignorance. That is the origin for the darkness. So this is the meaning behind it, the crux behind it, and I thought this really goes well to the names for today. That was the storyline behind destroyer, destruction, dissolution and such. But now we come to a very interesting story of Narasimha Vapuse Namaha, where we talked about a man and lion form. This is an avatar of Sri Vishnu. And for those who already know it, of course, this could be an interesting revision. For those who do not know it, one interesting point about this particular avatar is that, an avatar or a person that is coming into a being, a god that is coming into earth for some purpose stays for some good years or eons, let's say. But this one, you know how many years he was alive or present? Guess? It's 48 minutes. Just 48 minutes. So he comes only here for 48 minutes. Yeah. So I think the Nari or those days hours calculation was coming approximately to 48 minutes, let's say. He came in this form of half human, half lion. For whom? Is it out of anger? Again, dissolution. He came to dissolve something. He came to destroy something. But what? Who? And that's where the important point is. So he comes for a baby boy, Prahalada. This is a story. I'm going to try to put it as small as possible here. So it's a story of a little boy called Prahalada, and let's see who this boy was. He is son of an Asura, Hiranyakashipu. So he is born in the clan of Asuras, and for the benefit of those who are new to this word Asura, let's say that, just like the way we say angels and demons in English, Devas refer to the angels and Asuras refer to the demons. So a demon king's son is Prahalada. Though he is born in the demon's clan, he is so much in love with Sri Vishnu. Because when he was in the womb of his mother, he has been listening to all these stories, just like you. He's been listening more and more to all these stories. So he already fell in love with Sri Vishnu. He believed that he is there to save him. But this demon king, his ego couldn't allow this to happen, that his own son, the son of all the demons, the king of all the demons, is someone who is not in love with demons, rather the opposite, the god. And he couldn't stand that, and he was trying to torture his own son to get him to his side. And this was a huge fight where he tried to kill his own son. I don't want to go into the details of what he tried to do, but he did torture a lot, and the argument went on to a level where little Prahalada did not even bother or fear all these things, because he had the utmost faith that Sri Vishnu will always be there to help him out, no matter what. So he didn't bother of the torture that we try to call as torture. Was not even torture for him, was nothing according to him, and that was again hurting the ego of the demon king. And he was finally asking, where is your god? Where the hell is he? Show me. Is he here? Is he there? And then he points at a pillar and says, do you think he is also here? Yes, he is also here. So if you're saying that he's going to come out of the pillar now to save you, and of course at this point Sri Vishnu is so much in love. He is a crazy lover in that manner towards his devotees. He cannot stand this kind of torture. Even though the devotee was putting up with all this torture with a good smile, and the little boy was totally fearless. Sri Vishnu was wild, and he did not know what to do, what kind of avatar he had to take. And this demon was a smart guy. He had asked for a boon, and he had a boon that he will never be killed by a human or an animal. So it has to be a combination. And he had a lot of, clauses and subclauses that we put in an agreement. So it was a lot, and somebody had to fit into all those requirements. So he just decided in a spur of a moment to save his devotee. This loving little boy Prahalad turns himself into half human, half lion form and comes to crush into this party from the pillar for little Prahalad, saving little Prahalad. So that is the amazing story behind it. It always, gives me goosebumps, and it gives me so much pleasure to talk about it. I did make a small painting a few years ago on this avatar, and this is something very close to my heart as well, where I try to use diversity as a concept. And I also found that the similar image, surprisingly, of a half human, half lion is prayed to in Egypt. It's called Semet, and it's a woman lion that they pray to, and kind of the stories are different. It's so interesting that the stories are different, but the crux of it is love, and love for devotees, and the care that these spiritual forms have been having on the devotees, and the kind of protection that they want to give. That is so similar, and that's an amazing thing that I came across. So that's the story that I wanted to share. Let me know what you think about this, and share your thoughts, feedback. As always, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, stay motivated. Let's meet up in the next vlog, where we look at 31 through 40 names, plus some interesting stories also coming up. Have a nice, beautiful week ahead. Bye-bye.